Hello, my name is Stacy and welcome to the Historical Romance Readathon. I am super excited. This is, I don't know how many times I've participated now, but quite a few. And I'm super excited to join in. If you haven't heard of it before, it is hosted by Jess from Peace Love Books, Lacey, I can't remember what her name is, Historical Romance Readathon. Lacey Book Lovers, and then Lisa. So they'll all be linked down below. And I am excited. I love historical romance, and I just finished up the Mafia Romance Readathon, so I'm excited to jump into historical, which is kind of in the same vein, but still different enough that I won't, I'm super excited for it. Here is the blank bingo board. Quite a bit. I did do a TBR / idea list. I do more idea lists than TBRs. And I had posted that on my blog, which is in my link tree, a couple weeks ago. I haven't quite gotten, because I do more idea lists instead of strict TBRs. I think I've been sticking to just posting them on my blogs and not doing a firm video TBR, but maybe that's something I should look into. But anyway, I have a lot of ideas, and the group book is Lion's Lady by Julie Garwood. I have not read this Julie Garwood. I've loved the other Julies that I've read, so I am definitely excited to read that one. But the first book I'm going to pick up, I'm going with Karen's Hawkins, How to Abduct a Highland Lord. This is one of the books that I pulled out. I pulled out a lot of physical books. I'm going to try to read as many physical books as I can. But I do have the two that I really, really want to read, which is the group book, Lion's Lady. And then I also plan on reading the Rake Appreciation Society book. But I have those both in ebook form. So because I didn't have physical copies of those. But I wanted to start with a physical book, and it has this fun little step back. I love Karen's Hawkins, and this series has some of my favorite step backs ever, and I still have not read it. So I am excited. And then the dress, the plaid dress, is shiny. Oh, it's so pretty. But I'm super excited for this one, and I cannot wait to start it tonight. I'm not going to start it quite yet because I have a couple of things I need to do. I just got out of the shower, took an early shower, and once I get those done, I'm just going to spend the rest of my night reading and starting the readathon. So I will be back to update you when I've made progress on How to Abduct a Highland Lord. Until then, hello, happy Monday, and I have some updating to do. So last night I did manage to start How to Abduct a Highland Lord by Karen Hawkins. Oh my gosh. The way that this book starts is so crazy and fun, because she literally abducts him. He is escaping. So our hero is Jack, and he's known as Black Jack Kincaid, and our heroine is Fiona Mclean, because this is the Mclean Curse. And what the curse is all of the Mcleans affect weather, basically, with their emotions, but they can't control it. So they can start it raining, but they can't stop it or control where it goes, kind of a thing. So that's kind of a fun little paranormally witchy thing that's happening with each of these people. But anyway, so the gist of it is he is escaping the bed of a married woman when her husband comes home, and it starts raining and he falls off his horse, and Fiona, our heroine, finds him and basically drags him to the altar and finagles away so that they are now married. Now, hi! Fiona and Jack had, I guess, a love story, or they were together in the past. He took her virginity, and then her brothers told her that he has a mistress when they were about to run away together, and so she felt hurt and betrayed and did not go with him. And then she wrote him a letter and sent her brothers to him, and basically decided not to elope with him. And he, before that point and after that point, he has just kind of been a rake to the ultimate, all caps, are just, that's what he is. But here's the thing. The Mcleans and the Kincaids have been like clan rivals for a very long time. And it's kind of like died down war-wise, and it's more just like they're just enemies now, but not like actual like fighting, killing each other enemies. Oh my goodness. She has lots to say as well. And so Fiona's youngest brother, Callum, I'm not 100% sure exactly what happened, but from what Fiona says, can I help you? She's just getting closer and closer and louder and louder. Oh my gosh, kitty. Yeah, I know. It's hard to be a cheese poof. Do you want to say hi? Okay. Oh gosh. My goodness. No, you don't? Okay. Alright. She doesn't want to say hi. I went to touch her and she ran away. But anyway, so her younger brother Callum gets in an argument with one of the Kincaid sons and one of Jack's half-brothers, who he hasn't seen since he was, I think, 17, because he did not get along with his stepfather and was basically like ran out of the house kind of a thing. But anyway, so what happens is we see, oh gosh, that Callum got in this argument. I guess we don't see it, but what Fiona says is Callum got in an argument with this other Kincaid brother, and somehow there was a couple of punches or a shove or something like that, and Callum fell, hit his head on something in this tavern bar, wherever they were, and died. So her other brothers are all up in arms, and she's extremely worried that a war is going to start, and a real one this time. And she doesn't want any more deaths because she's already had to bury her youngest brother, and he's the brother that she was closest to. And because her brothers have been kind of rampaging for the past like weekish, she hasn't really been able to grieve herself because she's been basically left to kind of take care of everything and try to rein in her brothers. So to keep things from more killing happening, she is like, we'll find Jack and we'll marry Jack. And then comes out, she finds him on the side of the road, and then she kind of forces him to marry. But when she is trying to convince the priest to marry them, she lets slip that, I'm carrying his child, which she's not. But they have been together in the past, but sounds like years ago. There isn't an exact timeline from what I can tell, but so yeah. And then he is kind of groggily awoken, and he was drunk when he was escaping too, and so then he when he gets sober, he realizes he's married, and Fiona is the only one that he's really kind of not fed the same rules that he sets out for his mistresses, and she's kind of the only one that he let in more than the others and didn't force like the mistress role on her. And so he's very angry, but he still is like super attracted to her. She still has feelings for him. She's super attracted to him. They have now officially consummated the marriage, and she is hoping that not only by their marriage, but if they have a child together, that will help kind of cement an alliance, like a forced alliance between the Kincaids and the Mcleans. So I am this far in chapter 8. That's 115 pages in, and they are in London because they immediately escaped to London because because he was like, no, if we're going to do this, since we're already married, we're going to do it my way. We're going to go to my place in London. So they went from Scotland to London. And I'm intrigued. He's kind of bucking against it. They consummated their marriage that first night in London, and then he went to his, like, it's not a gaming hell, but it's like a gaming hell activities held at a certain person's house. And so it's like a special privileged party kind of a thing. And he sees the woman that he was sleeping with at the beginning of the book when he escaped is there, and then somehow gets out that he's now married and she's all snarly. And so I don't know, I'm hoping we don't have to deal too much with other women drama outside of the fact that now she's like done, she can't have a grasp on him anymore. But I'm hoping he doesn't spend too much time with her. But this is like a crazy ride, because it's marriage of convenience, it's enemies to lovers, and also second chance romance. And let's be honest, 2 of the 3 of those are not my favorite tropes. But so far, I'm really enjoying this. I just haven't had very much time to read. Last night, I was super tired by the time I went to bed, so I didn't get very far. But then when I got home from work today, I made dinner for me and the kitty, and then I read, and now the Avalanche game is about to start, so I have some reviews that I need to write during the first part of the game, since I'll be watching TV at the same time. But then I'm hoping I can pick this up off and on tonight during commercial breaks and the intermissions and stuff. So we'll see how much farther I get tonight. I'm hoping I can at least finish it by tomorrow night, since I don't have any plans tomorrow night, except for I might go see Doctor Strange in the theater, depending on timing. But we'll see. But anyway, that's as far as I am. And I can't remember if I showed you, but I'm using my Mr. Darcy bookmark because, you know, I just had to kick off. And I love her shiny plaid dress. Ugh, it's so pretty. But anyway, that's what's going on so far. I'm really liking it. It has some good humor, and I'm liking the tension, and they're both like kind of starting to pine for each other, or they're both just like, it can't be that good. It can't be that good. Like, but they both also have very fond memories of their previous relationship and how like they were the one that got away. So I'm excited to see what kind of twists and turns are going to take here. But yeah, so I will see you all very soon. Hello. Happy Tuesday. We are in a new place. I'm in the parking garage at my local mall, which also has the newest movie theater in town, and I'm finally gonna see the new Doctor Strange. I cannot wait. I've got about 10 minutes before I want to go inside, so I thought I'd do a quick update. So last night I finished Karen Hawkins' How to Abduct a Highland Lord. I'm gonna give this 4.5 stars. I really liked this. I could not put it down last night. I really enjoy Fiona's brothers. They're all hilarious. I can't wait to read their books. I definitely want to read more in the series. Part of me wants to kind of just say screw my TBR and just binge this series for the readathon, but I want to at least read the Rake Appreciation book first, so I'm going to pick up that next. But anyway, back to this. I really like this. Now, it wasn't quite a full 5 stars because while the way that the villain kind of came about, it was who I expected it to be, but it wasn't 100% predictable, even though who it was predictable. But I liked the kind of twist that it kind of played on things, and the overall storyline, which I think is going to happen with the brothers and dealing with Callum's death and the curse. And then I feel like while their relationship in this book is very lust driven and physical, and they got married like chapter 1 or chapter 2, so it makes sense that there would be a lot more steamy times in this. but I was missing a little bit more of the emotional connection. But I also feel like there was, like, you could feel an emotional connection there, but a big part of that was because of their previous relationship. So I almost wish we had a flashback or the prologue, or like a prologue or the first couple chapters were their relationship in the past, where they established those emotional ties and they just got stronger here. But we didn't see the development of those, so I didn't feel like it was as emotional. And so I'd probably say like 65-35 physical versus emotional. But I still really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed Karen Hawkins' writing. I thought I had read her before because I own a lot of her books, but apparently I've never picked her up. But I also have a lot of her books on my Kindle as well. So she's just a recognizable name to me because she's been on my TBR forever. But I actually hadn't read her before, so that was kind of exciting that she is officially a new author to me. And I can't wait to read more, and I'm glad I finally read one. Oh my gosh, excuse me. It is hot in my car. It is 85 degrees today. And it was like 60 degrees a couple days ago. And I know that happens everywhere, but what in the heck happened to the gradual increases? Ugh, I'm so over it. But anyway, 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. And then I'll show you the pretty step back again, because why not? Although I do have to say, we didn't get any plaid scenes or talk about him being a plaid. He just is. They just both are Scottish, and he's a Highland lord. So, but I don't know if maybe her brothers might have more of the plaid thing going on, because Jack and his family was estranged. That was also something that was never addressed, was his estrangement from his family. But at the same time, I didn't necessarily need that reestablished, because he was just like, this is just how it is. And while a lot of, I feel like, historical romances would have brought back that reconnection with his family and the solving of differences, and everybody gets an HEA in all ways, I kind of liked that he's like, nope, Fiona and her brothers are now my family, and I'm not, they obviously don't want me, and it's not worth the effort for my family to include me as a part of everything. So that, you know, I'm thinking about that is kind of touching, but I'm still going to leave it at a 4.5. But anyway, so there's that. For the Historical Romance Readathon, I'm going to, so this works for a whole bunch of prompts. Second chance romance in a series. Marriage of Convenience, Rake, Highlander, and Enemies to Lovers. So I covered a good chunk, so that's good. The next book I'm going to pick up tonight, I'm going to watch my movie, and then I will have, I want to watch Married at First Sight tonight. Tonight's decision day, so that's exciting. And then I'm going to be picking up The Marquess Makes His Move by Diana Quincy. This is, like I mentioned earlier, the Rake Appreciation Society book for May, and the meeting is next Thursday after the readathon ends. So I thought this would be a perfect time to take care of it. But I'm going to get my stuff all together and head into the movies, and I will see you all later. Bye. Hello, happy Sunday. I'm just doing a clay mask, and I thought I would update. It has been a while since I updated you last for the Historical Romance Readathon. I kind of hit a reading slump, and I guess maybe not a reading slump. I guess I was kind of slumpy, but I was kind of struggling mentally and emotionally. And when I get like that, it's hard for me to focus on reading. So I find myself needing to do something that's more active. So I was working on some crafts and some more tangible items that I could feel and actively physically do outside of reading. I don't know if that makes sense, but I did want to at least read 3 books for the readathon. And sorry, my clay is hardening up, so it's kind of hard for me to talk, but I thought I would do a quick update before I have to deal with all this and finish my skin stuff. But I did finish The new release, Miss Butterworth and the Mad Baron by Julia Quinn, illustrated by her sister Violet Charles. This came out on Tuesday, and I'm so happy it finally came out. If you have not heard of this, in several of Julia Quinn's books, including one of the Bridgertons, it's in His Kiss. I think it's the one that it's featured in. Characters in her book read this crazy novel called Miss Butterworth and the Mad Baron about all these crazy things that happen. And so she and her sister worked on this, and then tragically her sister and father, and then I think her sister's husband also eventually passed shortly before this was originally supposed to come out they got hit by a drunk driver, and it was Alexa Dismiss. It was very sad and horrible, but I'm glad it's finally out. There's a really sweet message in the back about, so there's like about the author and about the illustrator, and then there's a little, I don't know, I wouldn't call it a eulogy, but more just a letter from Julia Quinn to readers just about her sister and what her sister meant to her, and then I don't know, it was just really touching. But anyway, so I read this. It is a graphic novel, and I'm going to give it 4 stars. It was super fun. It was just as crazy and zany that I was expecting, and it was just so much fun. And I have a graphic novel historical romance now, so how cool is that? So I definitely enjoyed it. It is as crazy and zany as it seems in the books, and there are some things, I mean, I totally spaced some stuff, and then I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that happens, like her mother being pecked to death by pigeons. That's a thing. So super crazy, super weird, and it was super fun. So I was able to use this for the prompts single parent, stand alone, and then I went ahead and used it for clinch cover because they're kind of in a clinch, but also 2 of the pigeons are like in a clinch. So I figured it would count, and I only want to try to read one more book tonight before midnight. So we'll see what happens, but I'm sorry, I keep moving all over. I don't know where my tripod is. But yeah, I wanted to do a quick update. I will come back and wrap up. The next book I want to pick up is the Rake Appreciation Society book that is for this Thursday, because I still have not picked that up. I also have 2 other books that I need to read this week for a read along, but you know, when mental issues hit, you just gotta do what you do. So I don't even know. Where is it? There it is. The Marquess Makes His Move by Diana Quincy. So I will start that tonight here shortly once I'm done getting my face stuff all figured out. And then I will be back to update you. I'll see you all soon.
Hello. I'm here to wrap up my Historical Romance Readathon vlog. So I only managed to get 2 books read, which is 1 short than my goal, but that's okay. When you get slumpy, or when you just need a mental health day or mental health days and just need to take a break and try to engage your mind in doing something else, I've learned to not push myself, because then that will force me into a book slump, and I'm trying to avoid a book slump again already this year. So that's okay. But at least the first book I picked up, as you can see from my final bingo board, gave me a bingo. So hey, you know, the books I read, I made them count. But yeah, so I just wanted to update that. Even though I only read the 2 books, the ones that I read, I really enjoyed. And I usually really enjoy the Historical Romance Readathon vlog, so hopefully next round, which I'm sure they usually do a couple of rounds a year, so I'm hoping when the round comes back later this year, in the next round, I will be in the mood and in a reading zone, and will be able to read more than 2 books. But it also sets the bar low for next readathon, so that's cool too.
All right, so thank you so much for watching. If you read any really good books that you read during the readathon, let me know down below so I can check them out if I have not read them before, because I'm always looking for new historical romance authors. And like I mentioned earlier, all of the links to the hosts are also below. I had a lot of fun once again, and I wasn't able to make any of the reading sprints because they were all times that didn't work with me. But I can't wait for the next round because I just love historical romance. And any excuse to pick up a historical romance book, I will take it. So I will see you all later.